There we go. Okay, you're in.
Oh, okay, here we go. So this is my first time touching this topic, and um, so please bear with me. I know there's going to be some knowledge gaps that I need to fill. The next time I run it, it's going to be, I promise you, it's going to be a lot better. Um, and I have to rely on a lot of online resources to put this together. So if you see any uh, errors, please point it out to me and I'll fix it. So without further ado, let's talk about the Club Excellence Award. So what is this award? Let's see here. Okay, so it is a way to, if you follow the award requirements, it actually sets your club in a path for success, in a sense that every requirements would lead your club to a very well-rounded, functional club, and provided, of course, the people and the resources are managed properly. Um, and it is a roadmap. So all of the requirements, each one, if you do it well, your club will stand out and you'll get noticed. Um, Again, gaining prestige is the end result, but at the same time, you will see that your club would actually run very smoothly if you follow this, and you might be able to grow your club by getting more members. And at the same time, you get noticed out there. All the clubs around you will notice you. Um, so hopefully, I'll be able to share some of the success that our club has enjoyed, and we'll look at it one thing at a time. So there are four major requirements. Number one is membership, service, leadership, and organization excellence, and marketing. So each one of them, it you know depends on how far you're going to go. Each section can be a in-depth topic in itself. But we're going to look at each one at a higher level, just to see, how these four different requirements fit into one package, and how you can meet every one of these requirements in order to achieve the award. Okay, so membership requirements are, it looks very simple, but it's actually, when you work on it, it's not that simple. So you need to grow one member, either growing by one member, uh, or charter a club, or sponsor a club, or even or sponsor or charter a branch club. These are the things that you can do to achieve growth. Now, growing means it's a net gain. It does not mean that you gain one member and end up losing two members. That's not a gain. That's a loss. So you have to show a net gain of at least one member in that particular line year, or if your club ended up chartering a branch, or help charter a branch, or charter a club, or it can be a full-blown club, or it can be a Leo club, as far as I understand. So either one of those would fulfill this requirement. So in order to do so, I highly recommend that you work with your membership coordinator to work on growing your club, and this is very important. Growing your club, and there are many things that you can do to grow your club and attract members. And later on, when I have a chance to talk about my club as a case study, or show you some of the things that we do to attract attention to our club, and also attract quality members. So we'll look at that later in a few slides. The service area, number two, is there's a contribution requirement. So the minimum requirement is to contribute $5 per member to LCIF. So there are many ways you can do this, and it's quite easy to do. And the link here is a link that you can go to start the actual donation process. So this donation is from the club, not from each member, but from the club as a club. Each member needs to donate at least $5 for that particular Lions year to fulfill this requirement. And as a in addition to the $5 minimum donation, your club needs to start a new service project. So the best way to approach this, from our perspective, our club actually does a planning at the beginning of the year, and we look at what we have done. We'll look at what we would like to do in the next year. For us, actually, it's quite easy. We always have at least 3 or 4 projects each year, and that is basically part of what we do as a club every year. So again, later on, I can share with you how this is being done at our club, but plan for 3 achievable service projects in the year. Achievable meaning, your club actually has the capacity and has the manpower, the organization, the leadership to get it done. And the easiest way to get this done is to follow our global causes. Right? For example, to remind you what our global causes, just pick any one of them, choose 3 service projects in any one of the 3 categories. It's just fine. For example, as a matter of fact, some of these categories, some of these projects, you don't even have to be a project that your club does by your club. You can have a joint venture with other clubs working together as a service project. So if you don't have enough resources, you don't have enough manpower, you can consider, working with another club that is nearby. We see this happening in Vancouver very, very often because we're so close to geographically denser. We have so many clubs in the area. Sometimes we see 2, 3 clubs getting together to do one service project, and it's very common in Vancouver. As a matter of fact, our club, East Vancouver East, does this on a regular basis. Some of the service projects that we do in-house, we invite other clubs to come join us, and we share the credit. So we would report it to LCIF as what our service project, but at the same time, other clubs who have joined us, they can also report it as one of their service project at the same time. So we pool our resources together, and the end result is you end up having a much better and stronger service that you put out there. So very common. I encourage you to consider that as well. So for the service projects that you've done, make sure you report them. If you don't report them to LCI, they do not exist, and you cannot claim them to be something that you've done. So very, very important to report each one of your activities. As zone chair, I ask my clubs to submit reports before each zone meeting, which includes some of the service projects and activities that they have done. And I also encourage them to report them. That's your club secretary actually should do this on a monthly basis. Before the 27th of each month, report your service projects, your also the hours that you've spent, your club has spent in servicing the needy. These are some of the things that you should do on a regular basis. And at the end of the year, you can summarize this, and fulfilling this requirement actually is quite easy. So any questions so far? Okay, no, okay. Where'd it go? Too fast. So we've touched on two major topics. Service is the second one. So any questions for service so far? None. Okay. The third requirement is leadership and organizational excellence. This area actually is a huge piece. It's not just having, it's quite a large thing. This is essentially your entire club. Having a club to be in good standing means you're not behind in paying club dues, LCIF dues, and your club is not in status quo or in financial suspension mode, and that you don't have anything else. You don't have an outstanding balance more than $50 for 90 days. So if you can't fulfill this requirement, your club might be in financial trouble. Report all your club officers to LCI. This is your secretary's job, and at the beginning of each line's year, you should have a full list of officers, and their names and their mailing address and so on should be reported to LCI. Major requirement. And the final piece here, the key officers must participate in club officer training. So we have these training every year, 3 or 4 of them every year. As of the fact that I think MD19 have a training schedule on the website, and the key officers, for example, president, secretary, treasurer, membership directors, these key officers need to attend these training sessions, and they have to not only attend, but they also have to register ahead of time, to make sure that they are counted, and that the date and time of each of these meetings that they have attended is recorded. And when you fill the forms to apply for the application, this is key information you need to fill in. Now, this organizational excellence implies that you have a full slate of you have a club that has the manpower in there to run the club. So it means you have to have a president, you have to have a secretary, you have to have a treasurer. These 3 main officers have to exist, and usually there are 3 different people. So if you have one person acting as all 3 roles, you fail early. You can't apply because you don't have the proper bodies to fill these roles. And as a club, you don't have these different. You have to have different people filling in these roles. Your club actually might not function as well as intended. So it's highly recommended that if you don't have these people, you need to go out and recruit, like growing the members. So, and I'll show you later on in the case study, show you how we actually go out there and promote ourselves as a club, and how we can attract quality members. Attracting people's attention out there in the public actually is a very good way to promote yourself. And I'll show you how we do this. And finally, the last piece is marketing. The marketing piece is to me is very easy. All you do is publish what your club does on social media, and if you can do printed media, that's even better. But social media is cheap. It's free. So we promote ourselves on Facebook, on Twitter, and sometimes I do it on WeChat on the Chinese site heavily. We also do it on every now and then I do it on uh, TikTok. So all of these social media platforms are free, and you can push your activities out that way. And a key thing that I do on a personal level is I tag people who are in these activities. For example, if I see PCs, if, for example, our 80th anniversary that we held in January, we had over 240 people participated. And I don't know every one of them, but when I make a post on Facebook about, showing pictures of our 80th anniversary, I tag as many people in this post as possible. And the advantage of doing that is you're not only showing these pictures to your friends, but the people you tag, their friends, will actually see the same post that you are posting. So you're leveraging your contacts network to promote what you're pushing out there. So this is actually a huge free way of promoting your activities. And at the same time, when I see somebody who posts a like of my posting, I look at who that person is. If that person is someone that shows good behavior and is an active social media person, I add this person and I request to add this person. And the next time when this person accepts my friend request, everything that I push will show a good chance they will show on their feed. And if they participate in some of the, if I'm successful in attracting this person to participate in our projects or our activities, I will tag this person in my next post. So again, I have enlarged my audience, and at the same time, I have a good chance of attracting this new person's friends to come to us. So huge, this is free, completely free to everybody, but you have to work on it, and you have to gain your audience one at a time, and just keep on doing it. I think I have over 4,000 Facebook friends, and when I push something, typically every post that I push up there, I get around 100 likes, and sometimes some comments. Very, very effective way of promoting your club that way. So that's marketing piece. In terms of printed media, some of the events that we do, for example, our 80th anniversary, we create a program book, and in that program book, we typically have, we will showcase some of the activities that we've done. We also invite other clubs to sponsor a page, so to speak, to give us a small amount of money. We'll put a message on in their behalf, and this is very common practice in Vancouver, and it's also very, very successful. So we have a unwritten rule in a sense that if I support your club, and when my club needs support, you come back and support me. And this is pretty much the culture in Vancouver, and I like it very much because by doing so, we become a much stronger community with people supporting each other. So we're not alone, right, in a sense. That's the beauty of Vancouver. I like it the way it is. I don't know. I don't know other parts of the country or North America is operating the same way, but Vancouver is definitely working this way. And so if you have fulfilled all of these requirements, what do you do next? Well, submit an application. So where do you get the application? This link right here. If you look for, actually you go to Google and search for Club Excellence Award, you will see a link that will go like this. Where is my, oh, here we go. Here you go. You'll see a link like so. Okay, and it will bring you to this page, and this page will explain to you exactly what the requirements are, and even the link to download the application form itself. Right there. So this is the application form. And what do you do after you get this application form? Well, you fill this out, send it to your district governor signs it, and once the district governor signs it, you can email it to this email address. Oh, come on. What happened? Email to this email address before August the 31st, 2024. And if you fulfill everything, before you know it, you will get something like this. Like this. Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Boy, you're doing this the hard way, aren't you?
Yeah. Anyways, any questions so far? And if no questions, I'll bring you through to show you what the Vancouver East Lines does. Any questions, Linda? No?
And no, I don't have any questions. It's very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, for the feedback. Okay, so Vance, any questions?
Who are these
No,
people?
no questions at this time.
Okay, I know Vance. Vance is one of our members.
Ah,
Actually, Linda, would you mind giving us a little bit brief intro of yourself?
I'm with the Lakewood First Lions in Lakewood, Washington. And I've been secretary for the last 6 years, and I try to attend as many training sessions as I can because my club has pretty old members and they've been there quite a while. And so they don't tune into the training. They just kind of think they know everything because they've been there so long.
I see. Thank you for coming to participate. And as a matter of fact, it sounds like you've been in line for a long time. How long have you been in line?
I joined when you did in 2016.
Oh, wow. And how do you like it?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Awesome. And you're in Washington State.
Lakewood.
Lakewood.
It's down below Tacoma.
Okay, yeah, that's not too far, 3 hours from us. We're in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Vance belongs to Vancouver East Lions Club as well, and we're colleagues. As a matter of fact, Vance is going to be our next president.
Yeah. So I have a question for the person. Like, how many Lions clubs are there in the Lakewood general area?
Oh, we have a lot. We have, oh geez, I think we have 8 that are in our zone. So
Lots of interaction within the zone, those 8 clubs.
excuse me?
Lots of interactions with
Yes.
with your.
Yes, we're pretty good, and we like Southeast Tacoma just had a fundraiser, and a whole bunch of lines went, and we always do that, and work together on projects like the environment. We're having a big zone cleanup. So with everybody, all the clubs in our zone.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome. Yeah, this is one of the things that I suggest, you do if there's a huge project and you don't have enough people join, bring other clubs in to help you work on it together, right? That's, oh, what happened here? Wrong screen, come on.
Yeah. Go to the display set. There you go. Yeah. Swap.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay. So let's look at our the Vancouver East Lions Club. So Linda, to give you a rough idea of what we do, we are an 80-year-old club. I think it's the second oldest club in the Vancouver area. We're not very big in terms of membership. We have currently only 12 people, 12 members. We have been very low key because we most of our members are very old. Like the picture that you see here, the three people sitting there, they are well in their 80s. And some of them have, the gentleman in black, for example, his name's Lorenzo. He's been a Lion at our club for 57 years. He's been a 57-year member in our club. And just imagine what kind of contribution he's made for the club. As a club, we operate 3 senior housing buildings, low-income senior housing buildings in the Vancouver area, actually in East Vancouver, to be precise. And roughly about 220 units in total. And it's always full. We never have a problem with tenancy. And our tenants enjoy the facilities that we provide. We provide a very clean, safe environment for seniors to live. And as a matter of fact, as a tenant, we have social programs for them. We have bingos, we have boys, we have dances, you name it. We have a lot of activities for them to enjoy. To give you a rough idea, this is a view of our den. All of our meetings are conducted in here. And behind there is some club history is behind the shelf here. And this is a flyer that we had our 80th anniversary in January. Now, as a club, we do a lot of things out there in the community. This one you see here is every year we participate in the Remembrance Day. It's not, it's a celebration, or it's we do it on November the 11th at 10 a.m. No, 11 o'clock, 11. Yeah, at 11 o'clock, always at the same location. This is the predominantly Italian community where we are. And as president, we always have the president lay a wreath at the cenotaph every year. And the president, you can see this, me in full uniform, showing Lions logo, okay, standing in the VIP row, go out there and present the wreath. We do this every year. And to me, it's a very good way to show yourself that you are part of the community and you care. People notice you when you do this. And I get a lot of people come and talk to me, what do you guys do? I didn't even know that you guys are, 2 blocks away from here. So this is actually very, very valuable. We do this every year without missing. As far as I know, we have never missed any, except during COVID, where this activity was shut down.
Michael.
Yeah, so go ahead.
I should have asked you early on, is it Vancouver, Canada or Vancouver, Washington?
Vancouver, Canada, Vancouver, BC. Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. Now, some of the things that we do, in the addition to promoting ourselves that way, we have a den which we open up for Lions to use. For example, Zoom meetings, district meetings, and sometimes Leos come and use our den for their conferences. We sometimes allow other clubs to use our den for a garage sale, for example. We do all of this for other clubs, and only for Lions though. We don't open up for non-Lions. So you see some, like for example, this is from a district meeting. And you see the district governor there, right there. Her name's Elaine. And for example, my zone meeting that's happening on this Saturday is going to be at the Den, and all of the zone, all the clubs, all the club officers from our zone will participate. And we not only provide the facilities, but we give them free coffee. We clean up everything. We set up the tables, and fortunately, we have the luxury of using our building maintenance staff to help us do all of this work. And again, this is how we serve the community and give back to Lions in our area. Now, this here, this photo shows us as a club joining other clubs in their environmental project, planting trees. This is being done in a park in Richmond, BC. And it was this winter, actually no, last winter. So this is also an example of, working together with other clubs to achieve an objective. And this particular project, environmental project, was very, very successful. We had other, not only Lions, but we also had Leos joining. And I think the Rotary Club also joined this particular project. So very, very successful. It was planting trees for the city of Richmond in their park. Very successful. And that is a service project. And it's not completely your own club, but it's with other clubs. And this activity can be used as one of the requirements for the club excellence. The next two pictures here actually is working with a nonprofit, not a Lions Club actually. It's a nonprofit in Vancouver. It's called the Jean Ip Foundation. They are a nonprofit that every year they give things out to seniors for free. And those cans that you see, those are rice. I think that's 1 kilogram rice in one jar. And they are being handed out to seniors for free. And the second picture here, you see this gentleman with a stack of cards? These are cash cards, $25 each, being handed to seniors for free from Jean Yip Foundation. Now, we as a club, very fortunate, have been asked to help them distribute these gifts to seniors. Again, this is a service project. We didn't invent it, but we participated. And wearing your club uniforms in this kind of environment is promoting yourself, and you get attention. As a matter of fact, some of these distributions, the mayor of Richmond was participating, and I got some photos of him giving out rice to seniors. So it is not only meaningful, at the same time, if your club can get a picture of the mayor together and promote that, you're leveraging his fame for your club. Why not, right? Win-win for everybody. So these are the kind of projects that you can look for in your area and participate in. Now, as a club, we actually give out scholarship to high school students. We sponsor 2 schools in our area. And as president, actually before when I was president, I always go to these graduation ceremonies and present scholarships to students. And this picture here, you see the graduating. I was on stage taking this photo when they threw up, when they were finalizing the ceremony. This here, again, hey, come on, come back. This lady here is the Attorney General of BC. Very high profile individual, on the same stage as the rest of the presenters, and had a chance to take a photo with her, had a chance to talk to her about the Vancouver East Lions Club. So again, good exposure, right? Talking to a high profile person. Now, this is also a very good way to promote yourself. Now, the scholarship that we give each school $3,000 a year to 2 students. So we give a total of $6,000 to high school students each year. We have 12 students who are, our criteria is very, very straightforward. The person does not have to be the highest score academically, but at least pretty good. And also volunteers and gives back to the community. These are the 2 requirements from our club. And we've been doing this for years and years. And I don't know for how long, but for many, many, many years. So, this is just a rough profile of what we do as a club in Vancouver East. As I said, at the end of the day, when you submit your application and you are approved, verified, this is what you'll get. A patch, this patch, you can sew onto your banner. And this pin here is for the president. So this is very unique. I don't see this out there very often, but I wear this pin proudly because it says that your club actually is it can be a model club. We are doing what LCI wants. We're meeting all the requirements and we're delivering services to the community. We are getting noticed. That's very important. So, any questions?
Michael, I do believe you stunned them into silence.
I like to believe
No,
that too.
actually, I have one question.
Sure.
My club keeps telling me essentially that they like what they're doing, so why do they have to be recognized for it?
They like what they're doing. Why do? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I said.
Well, it's bragging right? You look at this. You wear this pin out there. People would ask, "Hey, what is this? How can you get it?" It's like wearing the Lions badge, right? People notice. So for a non-lion, they will come to you and ask you about. People will come to me and ask me about every pin. Hey, what's this pin for? And why are you wearing this? But within the Lions community, I don't see a lot of these pins out there. I don't see a lot of clubs being recognized. Maybe you are already doing everything that that is required to qualify, but you're not submitting your application. Try that.
I think she's referring to the club in general rather than the individual pin. But I think the idea of the pin or the patch goes towards that. Yeah, we're in this business, if you will, in order to help the community. We're not in this business to for self-aggrandation, and we're not in this for bragging rights. But on the other hand, when we do achieve these things, we gain attention to ourselves. We gain positive attention to ourselves, and that makes a positive impression on non-lions that are out there that are maybe looking for the opportunity to help their community as well. I do understand the thought that we're just in here to help our community, and we're not here to brag about it or anything like that. I understand that, but on the other hand, there's nothing wrong with bragging, and and this sort of recognition helps the positive atmosphere of your club as well. It makes your fellow members proud that they achieved this thing, and again, bragging rights. For some folks, you're never going to convince them otherwise. On the other hand, when you achieve this, it's all you need. Once you achieve it, all you need is the president's signature and the governor's signature, and you can guarantee that the governor is going to be more than happy to sign that and send it on up to LCI. So, so do it anyhow. What are they going to do? Say no, you can't do that? Ah!
Also, from a positive point of view, this becomes part of club history, and it is something that you can point out to potential new members and say, hey, we're a great club, we're being recognized, come join us.
You're here.
Thank you.
Right, you're welcome.
Other thoughts? Vance, anything to add to this fine presentation?
No, that's a review. The club excellence, excellent. That's from 2022. So how many clubs were competing for this, or do you know?
There is no limit. Any club can apply for it, and if every club qualifies and applies, every club gets it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe in the spirit of competition, within, and this would be more for the zone chair or the district governor, how many clubs in your zone, how many clubs in your district have achieved this award? Yeah, a little bit of competition there.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I have never asked this. Yeah. We'll poke around and ask.
All right. Michael, I want to thank you for your time and for putting this together. Excellent information, and this is something that we're going to be posting up on YouTube. So in that regard, you're going to become famous. So
thank you.
Yeah. And post it up on YouTube, and probably by later on tonight it'll be up there. And I want to thank you again. I do appreciate your time, and this was an excellent piece of work. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, for coming to thank you for joining us. And I hope I'm not making a bad impression.
No, it was wonderful. Thank you.